Hello, my lovely Librans. Thank you very much for tuning in to your June reading with me, Lorien. For those of you who are returning subscribers, hello, and thank you very much for coming back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I hope these messages resonate with you. This is my my makeshift altar for Letha or Midsummer, which is coincidentally also the day that my friend is due to have her baby boy. So very looking forward to that. Yeah, so these are my tie-dye trousers from the Ibiza Hippie Market. So I hoped it would give a little bit more feeling and more energy and stuff into proceedings, because it's still got the kind of lovely energy from that hippie market. Obviously orange is one of the colours that came through for June, particularly for the Northern Hemisphere, because it's the height of summer. It's energy, vitality, also the sacral chakra, so it's a lot of positivity in there, and creativity, and just everything coming through. So yeah, it's not 100% finished, but I kind of freed myself some time by quitting something, a part-time job, which was taking up a lot of my time, and it was basically a distraction. It was there for a time, for a reason. I know what that reason is, and now I decided to leave that because I was literally feeling the universe going, come on, get on with it. So I've got on with it, and yeah, I've got a little bit of information about your finances for June based on astrology. Because there's some eclipse points with Venus and the Sun in your chart for June, there could be some feelings of, we need to go on holiday, we need to do this, we need to do that, foreign travel and things. And your finances may have some short-term skips and stops and things like that, but don't worry too much. I think that's just, don't base your financial future on the minor issues that you are going to experience. I think that's basically what the astrology is trying to say. Other than that, I don't see it as being a very big month astrologically. I could be wrong. Those of astrologers with all the gear may tell you different, but I just don't feel it's going to be a big month for big stressful problems or things like that. It may just be you having itchy feet and wanting to travel. Virgo is a lot the same, actually. But as always, let's see what the tarot cards say. So this is a reading for Libra, Sun, Moon and Rising. So it's a general reading to cover all bases. However, if you are wanting more personal psychic tarot guidance, you can always drop me a line at the link below and read the instructions on how to get a reading with me, and I'll be happy to help you, or contact me through Twitter and Facebook. But we're using the Gilded Tarot deck this month. For those of you who were here from the very start, you'll know that that was the deck that I started with. So, and these wanted to come out, Nature's Whispers Oracle cards. So hopefully we'll get some information from those in just a second. When I was meditating about Libra, whoa, no, they didn't want to come out. Okay, I'll put them back in. So when I was meditating for Libra before this video, they just showed me a lot of leaves, and a lot of leaves blowing in the wind. Now, some of you could be feeling a little bit fragile, but some of you could also be feeling like there's another place that you want to move to, and that again is coming through for Virgo. So I don't know what it is about you two, but there's some kind of blend there. Also, I do see that the influence of Earth is going to be quite prominent for you this month, and I feel that if you ground yourself, you may have more perspective on the issues that you've been recently feeling or experiencing. So leaves on the wind, I think, is coming through here, and we have two that really did want to appear. Oh, lovely. Okay. Seems like you're having a blue theme so far. Alright, this one looks correct. Oh, maybe not. Somehow I knew that it would be some kind of... Oh, wow. Okay. Strong month for Librans. Okie dokie. Just pop them up there a second. You know, normally I would just shuffle off camera, but I know that people like seeing it, so that it proves that I'm actually doing this and reading it. Oh, I'm not that pedantic. Okay, so, oh, Okay, well, you have two inner truths and ideal course of action. I love these cards. I've always loved that artist. Okay. You've got three major arcanas this month, and I don't see these as being individual weeks either. I see this as being the energy as a whole. Some voice and just what you said to me. There is strength in the individual this month. I would take that to be rather than the unit. So, as usual, this is focusing on the individual, but, and this is a big but, you're going to be more. I hope you know the reference. I see you as Éowyn, like Lord of the Rings, Shield Maiden Éowyn this month. I see you kicking butt and taking names. I see you being spiritually evolved, feeling confident, feeling like you want to kick forwards. And for the men who are watching this reading, I see him as Theoden. He's kind of the kick-ass rider and the Rohirrim and everything. Just look it up. It's Lord of the Rings. It's a geek reference, don't worry. But I feel this as being so pure, and you have a lot of change coming. Yes, potential for change. This actually, with being the sun, and it's in the third week position, I do see this as being midsummer. So the 20th of June, you have major changes coming through for you. You have different perspectives. It's divine timing here with the gears and how it's changing and the lining up with the solar planets. And I think on 20th of June, you do have a tiny, or I can't remember the phrase for it, a tiny little eclipse thing positioned for an eclipse, but it doesn't happen. And that could be instigating some changes within you or some kind of flashes of inspiration. I'd call it something to do with your direction. Kind of like the train tracks. This, as soon as it clicks in, the train tracks will shift and you'll suddenly feel like you're on a different road and you're going somewhere different. And I think this is very much a case of you finding your inner truth and listening to it and kind of laying back in the boat and going, okay, river, take me where you need me to go, because this is what the universe is doing. It's answering your calls, it's answering your prayers. You've waited and waited and waited for something to come through, and now you bloody well get it. Sorry for the very British swearing, but you get that, and it really comes through. And then it should make you into this intuitive badassery of controlling your life. Look, she's got control of the wheel. She's got control of the wheel. She knows what she's doing, and she's got like all that backwards, and she's like, yeah, I know where I'm going. This is such a good pairing. I really like this for you, Libra. You could be the CEO of a company with these two cards. You know what I mean? They're so good, and they're so awesome for you to experience. And I feel that the divine feminine's coming through, and it's really punching in. Doesn't matter if you're a dude. Doesn't matter. You need the divine feminine. This gives you instinct. It gives you intuition. The things which do not come from actual social situations. It's what comes from your inner self, your crown, your third eye chakra. And it really kicks in and feels you buzzing, and it's like, oh yes, I'm going to do this. And not to feel like I'm a bit of a cheerleader, but come on, Libra, I think you need this, you've earned this, you deserve this, and this is the last half of the month. The first half is more solitude. It's maybe a little bit more of the same that you've been experiencing, but the Star and the Knight of Swords is all about getting that inner action, the inner wisdom. You've got the perspective, you've got your little watcher, your guardian angel, your guides having a look out for you. You should be communicating with them. You should be more meditative, spiritual. You should be feeding back energy into yourself, letting yourself rest. You should be in a solitude mode, yes, but also I think you are preparing yourself to be more sociable as well, so that when this explodes, you can hit the ground running and you can really get some, good stuff. I also see good feedback coming in for you in June. Maybe you've worked for something, or you've put yourself out there in a relationship. You actually get some good feedback coming into you. You get something very nice that kind of maybe fills yourself with a little bit more confidence. Maybe around this time, where you're kind of like, oh, okay. So other people think, oh, right. And that kind of gives you a little push in the direction that you need, which I feel is to midsummer, and it kicks in, and then you're like, okay, yeah, and you feel confident enough to take the reins. You feel confident enough to take the wheel, and that allows you, in that instance, to kind of push yourself forwards and go with the universe and say, all right, this is what I'm doing. Oh, I didn't. I completely forgot about what these two were, but again, ideal course of action. What more can I say? It's all about finding, this is your goal, okay? So say, for instance, this little castle in the background is your ideal destination. This is where you want to go. And you've got all this kind of winding roads to get to it, and maybe you're not too sure exactly the best route. But the Wheel of Fortune, it can get you to like a Ferris wheel. It can get you to a point where you see exactly where you need to go, and a high point. I think maybe you will see perspective to see where you are going, and you'll be able to see what you want and how to get there. Who's assisting you in that? What kind of qualities is actually going to get you to the other side? You're going to be again, it's just coming from the water, so I feel that you are coming through your emotions and coming through what's kind of calling to you here, to really progress and pursue something amazing, because it does feel amazing to me as I'm looking at it. It really does feel like you're needing something in here. And then we have inner truths. So I think you may be doing a little bit more, listening to yourself, listening to your conscience. Let your conscience be your guide. And she's got something here by her ear, which could be like for some reason I thought it was a horn or something that came in here, but I think you need to listen. You need to kind of listen to what it is. Up here we have, I don't know whether you can see it, I don't think you can, it's very detailed, but you've got a sun and you've got a moon, and it's basically the halfway points of the year. So the summer solstice and the winter solstice. Of course, it can be one and the same depending where you are in the world, but I feel that you have had a lot of different things happen. I feel, somebody just told me, sorry, this is all your past lives. You're summing up the information of all your past lives, and you're finding the right direction to go because of those, and you are basically a culmination of all those past lives and all those experiences, and now is the time to get the strength from all of them and kick butt. So I really do think that you are in the perfect place for June, Libra. And again, you may feel with all this energy that you're kind of angsty, and you want to go here and you want to go here, and you want to have a lot of, experiences. Those experiences will come. I feel it will be definitely after the 20th of June and steer you forwards and really get things going for you there. But for the most part, I think it's quite positive. Again, if you'd like a more personal reading, please let me know. I'll be happy to read for you. Thank you to my Patreon people, and also to those following me on Twitter and Facebook. I really enjoy that and interacting with you. As always, let me know how things go for you. I'm a Libra rising, so it could be relevant to me too. I don't know. I hope so. But it'd be interesting to see how you share your experiences and how they compare. So really looking forward to June for you, and looking also forward to reading for you in July.